Can you describe a time when you witnessed or experienced discrimination in the workplace, and how did you handle it?
The time I witnessed discrimination in a workplace was during my time working as a call center agent.
How do you ensure that you are creating an inclusive and non-discriminatory work environment for all employees?
For me, I think you'll just have to be open-minded with diversity. So just learn to accept.
What steps do you take to address instances of discrimination or harassment in the workplace, and how do you support those who come forward with complaints?
When I'm already in a position where I saw someone got discriminated, first I'll have to calm down and think rationally before doing something about the matter because being angry just won't fix things. So I'll just have to wait for things to settle down to avoid any more conflicts. Then I'll approach the person doing the discriminatory act and then try to, as much as possible, in a more easily digestible description or just tell them in um in a very soft, low manner to not discriminate someone because if they want to be respected back, they should at least be kinder and nicer to people. They don't have to wait for things to happen, the same thing to happen to them to understand that what they're doing is wrong. I'll try to be as nice as possible and not act the same way as them while I'm explaining that to them. And how do I support those people who come up to those things, like those who stand up for people who got discriminated? Um, if in case they're having a hard time trying to help those people out, I'll try to step in on that situation and try as much as I can to settle the matter down and agree that discrimination is wrong.
Have you ever encountered situations where you needed to confront a colleague or supervisor about their discriminatory behavior or language? How did you handle it?
I forgot the specific topic, but I for sure know that it was about discrimination. I actually had to confront a colleague for that. I just don't know the specific lines anymore because it was a very long time ago. I confronted the person about it and tried to tell them that what they're doing is wrong. Because if you're in the position of the person that they're trying to discriminate, it wouldn't feel good. So I tried to act or role play the scene again to that person discriminating the person so that they would somehow feel what that discriminated person feels. And they came to a realization that, yeah, actually, you're right. My joke was too much. I didn't know I was discriminating someone and hurting them for that. So that person apologized to the person they discriminated, and I was happy and they were being reasonable about things.
What strategies do you use to promote diversity and inclusion within the workplace? And how do you measure the success of these efforts?
Just promote positivity, respect, learn to accept diversity, and be kinder. That's all. And everything will follow. If people are happy to see you do positive and nicer things, I'm sure some will follow, and those people who followed you will also make others follow them. And then goes the chain of positivity for me. That's all.
Have you ever been discriminated against?
Yes, I have been discriminated before, especially when we were in elementary when our classmates still have no knowledge or education about how the world works and how to respect. And I understood that, but right now, if I ever receive any discrimination, I don't accept it or I correct it.
Do you know any people or do you have any friends that were discriminated because of their sexual identity?
Many, especially to the older generations who have people like that occurring less in their time. So they take more time to understand what the LGBTQ community is about and how it's growing these days. And yeah, I have many friends who are part of that community who are severely discriminated.
What would you do to help your friends, or what would you do to make a difference?
First and foremost, I would encourage them to talk about it. Whatever they're going through, whoever's discriminating them, I encourage them to speak up about it. Second is I build their confidence, because they can never accept who they are if they don't love themselves first. They can never grow if they keep continuing to listen to other people's judgment about them. So that's why my answer to that is empowerment and building self-esteem.
What would you do in their situation?
If I was in my situation, I know it would be a very hard position. That is why I respect them so much for what they're going through every single day in their lives. If I was in their position, what I said previously, I would try to find confidence in everything that I do, in everything that I am, accept myself for what I am and what I perceive to be, and do everything the right way and for the good.
Do you ever see yourself in the place of the discriminator?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes my friends say jokes about it, but I'm at the point in my life where I'm mature enough and the people around me are mature enough to know the boundaries and what to say and what not to say. And I think I surround myself with pretty disciplined, woke, and good people that barely do not discriminate at all.
Yes, I've been discriminated a lot before, and I remember it all started when I was in 4th grade. At that time, our batchmates or my classmates used to have a lot of crushes. And there's this one time, napansin nila na I never talk about any guy or about love. I always thought it's such a waste of time, and I don't know why I can't get used to have feelings for a boy. I always wanted to dress exactly like a boy or masculine type of outfit. I remember may kaklase ako before and she tried to bully me. They called me tomboy. I know it's a style, but that's what they called me before. So I became conscious about it, and I pretended to have a boy crush. I pretended that I have a crush on someone, so they don't think that I am tomboy. What I think about them is seriously, I feel like they are not educated enough to know about those things, and they are not aware about any other sexualities. I'd say that they must be so brave and courageous to deal with those kind of people. You know, discrimination is unfair treatment to people, and sobrang tapang nila kasi they manage to handle it well. You know, before I was being discriminated, I feel so insecure about myself, and I even tried to question my personality and my whole existence. I always thought maybe there's something wrong about me, or maybe I am the problem. When I was being discriminated, I never have the courage and the confidence to show myself to everyone, to everybody. I always hide behind those shadows, pretending, wearing those masks. Things started to change when we moved to a different place. Nagkaroon ako ng madaming kaibigan, different individuals, different personalities, and different sexualities. Natutunan ko na hindi lang pala ako nag-iisa. And by that, I was brave enough to finally show myself. After I became confident about myself, I became more courageous and strong. And I even feel like I inspired other people to show up and come up about their real personalities or sexuality, should I say. I feel a lot whole different than before. By now, I can confidently defend myself and those other person who feel discriminated because of their sexuality. I can stand properly. I realize that being a bisexual or gay or a lesbian doesn't make you different to others, and that anyone can shine on their own, they can stand on their own, and they can be who they are in any aspect, in any personality, and in any sexuality.